So, an ambitious farmer can help his constituents by setting policy in Washington. Others can do it by getting together to do what comes naturally, putting food on hungry people's tables. And that's what many of New Jersey's farmers have been doing for years with a program called Farmers Against Hunger. Pat McConaughey has this look at the Heartland at its best.
Today you're in a cucumber field.
These aren't your typical farm workers. These are FFA students from Cumberland County High School in New Jersey. They're getting ready to harvest cucumbers for a twofold purpose: to help the farmer and to feed the hungry.
And what you're looking for is, a cucumber with a significant, size to it.
Farmers Against Hunger is a food security program sponsored by the New Jersey Agricultural Society. The society is a nonprofit organization designed to preserve and promote farming through various activities, including this relief program.
We'll get a call from a farmer saying he's got some extra produce, whatever it might be, yellow squash, cucumbers today. We'll go to the farm, and sometimes it's picked already, and then they just load it onto our truck. Other times, as in today, we go to a field and we actually harvest the produce.
John Rigolizzo is one of the farmers who came up with the idea in 1999 as a way to keep so-called surplus produce from going to waste.
It was picked, it was raised, it was paid for, and the people in the market, oh no, we can't use it because it's got a little mark or it's misshapen. Perfectly edible stuff. We realized there was a need, and we tried to find a way to get it from my farm or this farm to the folks that needed it.
And there are plenty who need good, fresh produce. Studies show hunger is a stubborn problem across the country. More than 12 million children don't have enough to eat. In New Jersey alone, 1.6 million residents are eligible for food assistance. On this day, the teen volunteers are harvesting at the Marino Brothers Sun Valley Orchards in Swedesboro. Joe and his family farm 1,200 acres of produce.
They're offering the needy or people in need of food a good, nutritious source of food that they wouldn't otherwise have available to them. Fresh produce, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables that you're not going to find in a typical food bank.
With this legion of eager harvesters, it doesn't take long to pick 2,000 to 3,000 pounds of cucumbers and create a feeling of goodwill among these young people.
What I enjoy about this is pretty much being with your friends all the time, coming out, enjoying, laughing, having all kinds of fun.
It's just an opportunity to help in the community and help people who are not as fortunate as the rest of us.
Sun Valley Farm is one of nearly 50 in the state to participate in Farmers Against Hunger. Program organizers say one challenge is the small window of time between the end of the primary harvest and the planting of the next crop. Volunteers need to be ready to hit the fields on short notice.
Once the produce is harvested, it's taken to one of 4 major sites. This is Holy Cross Church in downtown Trenton. And here a number of charities will come, pick up the produce, and take it back to their churches.
Unloading the truck is a real assembly line process. Both the charities and the recipients have been grateful for the fresh produce and other foods that are collected.
Eternal God, we thank you for these gifts from thy bounty.
Amen. I'm here because I'm on a fixed income, Social Security, and it doesn't pay that much. So that's why I'm here. And the produce that I get from here is enough to last me all week.
When I go down to the store to get fresh vegetables, it's too high. So I really appreciate this, I really appreciate it.
In 2004, Farmers Against Hunger collected and distributed more than 1 million pounds of fresh fruits and vegetables to some 6,000 people a week. But the program takes its efforts a step further than many other relief organizations. It gives recipients information about the foods they're receiving.
A few years ago, we had a farmer donate about 8,000 pounds of acorn squash, and nobody knew what acorn squash was. So I went home, I baked some, I stuffed some with chopped up apples, and I gave it out the next day as samples. Then I gave the recipe to do all that.
One of the biggest challenges for Farmers Against Hunger is funding. It operates through donations and grants. Recent support money allowed the group to get a second refrigerated truck. Judy Grignon says she hopes to add more farms, as well as distribution sites, because they always run out of food before they run out of people who need it.
After all, if farmers don't feed hungry people, who will? And that's our show for today. We thank you for watching. I'm Paul Ryan, and we'll see you next time right here in America's Heartland.